I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a virtuoso for people like you. People seeking knowledge in the preparation of a set of drawings. Drawings that have been skillfully honed and refined over many years of meticulous commitment to craft and design. If you follow along, you may find yourself learning something you haven't previously considered. Now, keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the ride at all times. Please remain seated. Keep your eyes fixated on the screen, and enjoy your ride.
Alright, so the next step we're going to do is move on to exterior elevations. In the previous video, we left off drawing a floor plan. We have this printed out. Just for reminder, the sketches we were given are this guy. I have plans. What the heck happened to my plans? There we go. Those are the plans that we started with, and then we got these sketches. So we know that from those plans we'll do that. We know we got a cupola. We know it can't be more than 14 feet to there, 42 inches above that. So let's start with that in mind. So this is the CAD where we left off. This is called the plans. So let's close that and save it and start a new drawing. We'll call this drawing the elevations. So again, using the Sinbad template, we're going to start a new drawing. In there we got all of our template items that we have, and so first thing, I will save this into our sheets. We'll call this SLH elevations. Seems simple enough. So with that, let's get the floor plans in for reference, and so I'll XREF the floor plans in. Let's see. Got the sample here in our drawings folder, and we're going to XREF in the plans. So as part of that XREF, we're going to do an attachment. Actually, we're going to do an overlay. That means I don't want them to come with, if I XREF the elevation somewhere else. If I do an attachment, they will come with. So I don't need to specify a scale. I don't need to specify an insertion point, because I just want them to come in wherever the plans were. We'll say OK. And you'll see they just popped in behind us. And so because that also has a template, we've got a bunch of stuff there. So I normally do an X-clip, which is a command to, actually it's not that, what is the command right here? Yeah, X-clip, I guess I must have just typed it wrong. Where you select the XREF, you can choose a box, a clip, a path. I'm going to choose a rectangular path. So I'll clip it there, so that is my XREF. This, because we're bringing it into this folder, I have XREF main, the only level we have right now, so I'll put that on the XREF main layer. This is a non-printing layer in our system, so it will not print. Next things I do is I start with some floor lines. We typically call our first floor 100. So I'll copy this over and use those lines. I'll just draw some lines for reference. And then let me bring in, I guess let me just bring this in so we can have this for reference. This is page 2. So again, XREF. This time I'll bring in the PDF. And in here we've got existing sketches. And this time I want to take page 2. And I think these were drawn at quarter scale if I remember correctly. Just plop these in right there. Close my XREF. Get my properties panel back over here. So they say quarter, so if I make that scale of 48, that will equal quarter scale. The reason 48 works, if you're unfamiliar with that in CAD, is because there are 48 1/4 inches in a foot. And so we're trying to bring that to real world scale, so that's why that equals 48. So let's see if this is pretty close. 14 meg. Yeah, okay, so that's 13 right now. Okay, so it's drawn a little bit smaller. That's good, because I want to raise it up a little so that this trellis, if that's how it's actually drawn, I'd like to have the roof be above it. Yeah, kind of like this. I guess the roof is above it there. So we'll move that all up a little. So let's see, we're starting with this front. Let's put this down here for reference. Drop some lines down. Now we're just literally drawing the elevation. Actually, I'm drawing the back elevation first. Let's make some copies of this. Let's spin this around. So if I make a copy, so I can do all of the elevations. This, I like to pick a corner and just rotate it. So literally I'm just copying XREFs. Rotating them accordingly. Happen to be rotating them on the corner just because. Whoops. Snapped that one wrong. Let me undo that. Not sure what happened there. There we go. Just for drawing organization, I like to, again, space these, I don't know if I talked about it before, but space these a certain distance apart. Something that looks good. Let's do 50 feet. Is that good? Not sure why it matters. Let's just do that to the next elevation. That's kind of good, I think. Enough space. Oops. This spacing makes more organizational sense down the road when we're using it for mirroring. So I'm just snapping to the grid lines and making it a little early. If you set it up once right the first time, it makes things easier down the road. Oops, let's leave that in there. Now let's get rid of that. Whoa! Get rid of too many things. Okay. So those are actually that big. They happen to be 50 feet apart. Not really sure why it matters, but it does for me for some reason. Start on the front elevation because that's what we have a sketch given to us as. I'm just going to roughly line that up over here. Now I just pick overall points so I know what the heck I'm doing. Now, let's see, this looks like the main level is the same level as the terrace. So we're going to call that the main level. And for elevations, that is our fattest line weight, so I will choose that for the fattest. The walls then usually are the next one, elevation 2. And then what do we got? Doors and windows. I'd usually do that on elevation 3. Again, these are line types. If you want to know what these line types are, you can look them up in the template. They should be listed over here. So let's see if we are. They are not accurate right now. Well, maybe they are. This one, at least 1, 2. Those might be right. I'll have to double check my plots. This may not be accurate. I'll have to see that, but they will be accurate at some point here. So I'm just going to clean these up. I probably didn't need to do the doors. What do we think these were? So this was about an 8-foot door, it looks like. So 8 feet. That's the opening. So that's our door. So in conjunction, before I get to the roof, because I don't exactly know where it is, because I know I have this elevation drawn, which is that elevation. So by default, the diff points layer is on, and so I just happen to be drawing all my layout lines with the diff points. So I know that these are going to be green. So if that, let's do another layout. I know the max I can do is 14 feet above the ground. And then I know that my peak is centered on there, right? Because this is 12, so that's the center. So that is the highest my peak can be. Let's copy this guy over here. So what do we think this is drawn at? This is approximately, it's 12. What do you think? Maybe a 6 or a 712? Let's try 712. And I'm just eyeballing off of the sketch that we have. That's our 712. Does that look about right? Maybe a 612. Let's put it back. Let's do a 612. Should be 6. Yep. That bigger. Just double check quick. Yeah, I believe that's a 612. We'll go with that. So what does that leave if that's our plate height? 11 feet. Wow, that's nice round numbers. So let's see. How about a 10-foot? Let's do a 10-foot plate, maybe a 1-foot heel, and let's do some trusses. So with that in mind, that's our 10 feet. So one of the things I usually do is kind of map it out. So if you want, you can take one of these guys. What are we doing? We're probably doing slab on grade. But I kind of start building a section in a way. And I put these drawings on the layout layer, which is also a non-printing layer. Make these specifically 10. I could do more of a pre-cut stud, which is maybe what they were at. Let's do it down to 10 because I got this 14-foot max height. So these are on layouts so that they're not going to print, but if the next guy that's drawing this and it's not me, they will understand what I'm doing. So I'll probably turn this layer off when I'm done, but it's kind of where it's at. So if that's 10, 12, yeah, that should work fine. So how big is this? Maybe 8, 9? 9? It's hard to tell. They're fat lines. I think I'm going to do a 2x10. Well, let's see. If we're doing trusses, it doesn't matter, right? Yeah, let's just do trusses. So if I'm doing a scissors truss, the inside could be probably half, so let's maybe do like a 312. See where that puts us. Whoops, let me go the other way. That seems like a reasonable truss. What is this? 11. I think so. So let me get rid of all of this stuff. Oops, that's my XREF. I should make my XREF boxes smaller. They don't need to be that big. So again, I'm going to put this on the layout. Mirror this. Whoops. So that's going to be our sort of scissor truss inside there. I could probably move it up. We're going with that for right now. So we're going to max this out at 14. Then our trellis is probably going to be bottom at 8, kind of like that. It should fit fine. That's all right. That's our 14. Oops. Yep. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So now I just keep finishing my elevation. So that's kind of getting me my heights, so I know where the roof is and all that. I mean, in reality, the roof is technically going to be a little bit taller because we'll have plywood on top of that and whatever roofing material it is, those kind of things. So I would just start drawing what these things are. And we're just dropping lines down. So how big are these guys? These look smaller. Those are like 7 feet. So this is a double door, 7 feet tall. They're probably the same door. What do these look like? They are just blank doors right now. Let's draw them just blank then. It's the door swing. So let's see, these, where are we? Elevation 3. This is going to be a swing. What do I have over here for my swings? So over here I've got some elevations drawn. What is that on? Elevation 4. What about this guy? Hatch 3. I like that better. Yeah, that'll be good. So that will be our swing color. And then what kind of trim are we doing here? 4 or 5. I'm going to say that's a 2 by 3, 1 by 3, probably 1 by 3. Let's do 1 by 5 on top, so 5.5 by 5.5. And the sides we'll do 3. So this I'll give 1 inch overhang. That can probably be a little bit lighter. And a nice little reveal there. I think we're done with this guy. Oh, could have used that guy. We need to break the doors. want that to be red. 3. And those go behind. So since I don't know what those doors are, don't know what the hardware is, we'll just leave it like that. This should be the same door over here. And it is. So let's just draw this for reference. And then I want to turn off my layouts because they're just distracting for the moment. Let's freeze those. So what do we have for an overhang? Not much. Let's say about 6 inches. And then we've got straight overhangs on these, plumb cuts. And what are we doing for probably, I'm going to do I think a 2x8 maybe? Let's try that. Oops, what's the offset? 7.25 is the real dimension for that. Yeah, I like that. Let's clean all these up. Oops. If you do the color you want first, then it works out. You can use these to trim these. Get rid of those. Rid of those. Rid of those. That looks significantly higher than that guy. I want to draw, well, it's not too bad. Let me continue to draw the roof here. So now that I have that height, let's start drawing this one. So we're kind of drawing both in tandem here. So that's the roof, right? And 6. Yeah, so I just did a 6-inch overhang. So that, I'm going to draw a rectangle to there. Get rid of those guys. Trim this on there. Get rid of these guys. And then this can be our walls. This gets that, that gets elevation 3. So now that's the elevation of that. That's looking okay. I'm kind of believing that is probably good. It just has a lot more space. Maybe I could make those 8-foot doors instead. Yeah, I don't know why those are 7. Maybe that was just bad sketching or thinking, or because if I can make this taller, why wouldn't I? So we'll revisit that in a minute. So what are these doors? These are, oh, those are the sliding, right? Yeah, these are sliding doors. Let's work on that guy for a minute. So sliding doors, we know are going to meet at the center, and then they're basically going to technically overlap here. So when I'm doing that, I typically think of this as a rectangle. And then that rectangle has about a 4-inch. Is that good? That's a little thin, but we're going to show 4-inch. So if that's where that guy is, that would be there. And this would be that overlap. So that would be there. And the final one would be like that. And these are all in this color. I could even do the glass in a slightly lighter color. I'll leave it there for right now. And then this, what is this dimension? Oh, should have made that a little bit smaller, I think. This should have gotten 0.75 jam inside of it. Yep. Let me do that again. How do I do that? That's still the same. But these guys come down. This guy goes in. That should be right. Okay. So I can mirror these. Got anything here? Oh, we got little muntins in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 by 2. All right. Division by 6. So this guy, that was 3. That should be 4 at least. Match properties to that. Copy this up. I just divided that center line by 6 to match those. Gosh dang it. Make that smaller too. It's going to keep messing me up otherwise. Just do all these right away. Oh man, did I copy these on the wrong layers? What's that one on? That's X main. What is this guy on? Yeah, they're on. Why did they do that? Oh, those are not. For some reason I must have put that on the wrong one. X main, those need to be on. Oh, I bet it because those things were longer and I kept selecting them. Okay. Is that right? That is not right. How did I screw that up? So this should be center point. Oh, that's why. Center point moves over a little bit. Let's get rid of these. These all stretch. Mid between 2. And that's there. And this should move over to there. Now these should be the same. And they are. Means these are wrong. Get rid of that. Go get my little arrow. So that means this one opens up that way and the other one opens up the other way. So we get doors. So then we wanted 2 by 6 trim on the top, 2 by 3 on the sides. Yeah, I think I'm going to raise those up. It's going to look better. Makes sense. It's better to have all the doors be the same, right? I did a 1-inch overlap. Okay. So we got that. What else we got on here? So the timber structure we can figure out. Let me finish the elevation beyond. What I'm going to do for the front is probably draw it over the top. So what do we have here? So this is horizontal siding. Does it say it's not? Oh, here's some. I don't know. Is this really drawn to scale? Probably maybe 6-inch overlaps. Let's try that. So if that's horizontal siding, we're probably going to get corner boards on both sides there. Might get a freeze. Let's leave it for right now, though. And so these I'm going to do on hatches. So elevation hatch, let's call it elevation hatch 1. And that. And let's just fill her up. So we're going to hatch, this area, pick a point. That point. We're going to do a line hatch. And angle is 0. Scale, if we're doing 6-inch, it's going to be 48. I know that because this line is 1/8 inch for 1 scale. So let's just double check. I didn't snap to it correctly. don't have my snapper hatches on, so it's going to be close. Yeah, those are 6 inches. That's believable. I like that. Oh, it's on the wrong layer, though. I'm going to put that on hatch 1. And where is... Let's set the origin at the floor. No, it's not the floor. What's the floor? Does that line up? Oh, pretty darn close, but not quite. Just for fun, let's put the origin at the tops. Make it line up. Make me feel better. We're going to have a weird piece up there. I guess let's do it at the bottom. They're truly 6-inch. I want crazy clapboards screwing things up. Roof, what do we got? Shingle roof. Man, that's really bad writing. Oh, I got the cupola yet. How big is the cupola? I don't have a cupola drawn. I should probably do a... Well, we're going to see it inside. It's probably just an exterior cupola. Looks like 30 inches. Oh, this had a height requirement, right? Where's that? Not more than 42. Okay, this looks steeper. What is this dimension? I think that's straight? Yeah, let's do it straight. I don't know. Wow, that's about a 12-12. Do a 12-12 pitch. So, times 30. Okay. So let's do a 30 by 30 cube. I guess let's start on the side, because I don't know where to drop these lines to, right? So if this guy goes down, I know that, what do we say? 3'6" max above. That's the highest it can be. So if I do the 12-12 pitch, what does that do for us? Well, that's not bad. I'll line it up right there. That does not look quite as sexy. How about if I do a little swoop to it? That looks a little bit better. And then that would probably have some thickness to it. Let's do about that. Man, that seems really thick. Let's get rid of that guy. Mirror this guy. Add a line. Yeah, something like that. So I'm under. I want to drop that down just a little. What I have my plate at? See, I don't even remember. Layouts back on. I feel like the cupola wants to be taller from the sketch. Yeah, let's drop it down 6 inches. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my... That's 10. What are these things made out of? So maybe work on that first. Put a pin in that for a minute. Kind of going back and forth because these are going to set the tone. How big are these things? Those are 8x8s. What are we sitting on? There's got to be some sort of base, so I'm going to say that's a, I don't know, a little cement plinth or something. I'll draw those later. Let's draw the 8x8. And then what do we think this top piece is? That's probably an 8x8 too then. So how tall? So if I make the bottom line with the door, let's try that. So that. That's an 8x8. We're gonna go to there. Do I have an overlap? Oh, I do. I have these little tails. And then what are we putting on top here? also 8-ish. Probably like a 3 by. Let's see what a 3 by looks like. 3 by 8, 2 by 3 by 8. Maybe a 2 by. A 2 by looks better. 2 by 8. That's gonna fall right. I'm gonna want to center that. Actually, let me draw rectangles here because I like rectangles better. Let's do a rectangle over that. The reason I like rectangles better is because now I can snap to the center point of this. Put that where it needs to go. How much room do we got? So if I drop this 6 inches, I still got plenty of room, so I like that. So how much further out did we go? From center, or from the edge, what are we doing here? A foot from the edge. Sure. Is that really? Why not? Something like this, maybe 3, that's too far. Maybe 1.5. Drawing P-lines now with different shapes. Not like that? What do we draw? Sure, why not? Let's go for that. This guy. Move him in for a minute so I can stretch it all together. Mirror on the center. What do I want to do here? Just clipping that, extending that off. I'm going to join all of these so that they're one. Now they are a closed loop. Oh, was it closed? Why is that little red line there? Is it closed? Closed? Yeah, it says it's closed. I don't know. And where was the foot? The foot is to there? Yep. Okay. So 1 foot goes to there. Copy this rectangle. Oh, let's do the foot first. How big is this? 2 by 2 maybe? Yeah, that looks plenty big. Have this come out, what, 1 inch? And then let's do the chamfer command. I always forget what that one is. It's one of these. That one right there? Yep. And chamfer distance. Distance 1 inch, 1 inch. Should be there, and there, there, and there. So that's all one piece. Let's move this up. Oops. Okay, so I got 2 pieces there, a piece there. Why did these show up? That's weird. Let's regen. Okay, those went away. This guy over here. Let's get rid of the layouts. Whoops, should have went that with it. So now one of the things I do with the, I gotta draw the tops. How big are these? These are, 18 inches on center. Perfect. So let me copy these out of here first. So I don't have to deal with the other items. Let's move this up about 10 feet. That'll do it. Nope, not enough. How about 15 feet? Perfect. So then this, if I copy these over 18 inches, right? 36. I should be able to copy. Should align right there. Let's make all of these green. So that's layer 2 because it's in front of everything else. So one of the things I like to do, instead of going through and erasing all the things that are going to be behind here, I create a mask behind all of these things. And so I do that slightly differently than a wipeout. Typically in AutoCAD you can do a wipeout. I do a hatch. I do a solid hatch that I have assigned to a pen of 0. So it has no thickness to it, no color. So we'll go to solid. We'll pick objects since I made these all closed objects. And I should just be able to say OK. And then in here I've got a layer called Wipeout, which is on the correct color that will print as 0. So as long as this is on top, and you can arrange it to be on top by hitting the Arrange on Top button, and I typically just turn this into a group. And the fast way to do that is to do Control-Shift-C, which is a copy with base point. So it's asking copy base, specify base point. I'm just going to say right there. And then Control-Shift-V pastes that with a base point. And so now this is some weird named group. And it's on def points because that's what I was drawing on. I want it on elevation 2. Put that right there. So now that's built over the top of this, so that if I ever need to change anything back there, I still can. I'd like to keep that layer up on top just because visually it looks good. This goes away. But now we talked about dropping this 6 inches. And that still looks good. Apparently my hatch was not associative. It's disappointing. That looks great. So I can drop this. I want to drop it there. 6 inches. Yeah, that looks great. Almost too tall, though. Yeah, I like it. Put that down there. Let's put these on the right layers. So what else do we have? So this is, I guess that's just siding like there. What do I have in the front? That looks more like a vent or something. Let's just offset this 3.5, which is what the other ones are. Put that on a hatch layer. And then infill that hatch with the same siding. Or it could be considered a vent, I guess. Take that hatch. And I can go either way. Set the origin of that. Let's start it at the bottom. Oh man, let's do it in the center then. How big did I do these? Let's do it 3 inches up. There we go. Looks better. And then what do I have? Got some little wind vane, something or another. Look at that. Whatever that thing is. Who knows? I'm going to leave it off for right now. So, we'll line it up here. So that's the center. Should be the center of this. That look good? That looks pretty good. Except on this one, I do break that. So that goes through. And then this one gets cut off. Oh, I need to raise that up. I'll turn the layouts off again. Oops, did I just change that? Select, turn off. Okay. This is a group, right? Yeah, okay. Close that. And this guy, we don't want to cut that vent off, so let's go up to the top, and then let's do a 3.5 inch offset. Why? I must not have my hatch turned on with associative. That is annoying. Let's try and re-origin that. Do it at the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Loving that. However, this probably is going to look more like that. Right, to be trim boards. Put them on the right layer. Something like that. We'll call that a day. So now I forgot. Did I, did I shrink that down? This is the other reason the layout layers help, is because if you always know where your plate is, you can come back and, yeah, 9'6". So let's annotate that. So we're going to do a 9'6" plate. So if that's 100, this is 101 foot 9 and 6 inches. So this is elevation 109 foot 6, and that is top of plate. Okay. Keep that for reference right now. We'll probably want to keep that on our elevation drawings. Okay, what else do we got in here? I got that little thing. Is this done? I guess shingles. What are we going to do for shingles? I don't want to draw all the freaking little shingles. Let's do a hatch that's kind of nice like it. Just see what I got over here. Do I got one drawn? Yeah, that one. I like that one. Roof shingles. Look at that. When in doubt, check a template. How's that look? That looks a little dense to me. How about... there, yeah, that looks better. I like that better. Okay. So now back to this. Turn my layouts back. Oh, I think that's just a... we're just doing that for decoration. Fill space. About the same size as the cupola, it looks like, except... how big did I do this? 30? Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to put this, what, about halfway between? So between that point and that point. Yeah, that's fine. I want to do an object instead. Let's make sure I turn my... yeah, my associative is not on. Now it is. Whoops, dang it. I wanted that hatch. Center that on there. Yep. Let's see, put these on this layer. That's the 4th line. Let me get rid of this thing for a minute. I hate hatching with a bunch of lines, so what else do I need? Oh, I need my corner boards. Let me say those are 3.5. Those should go up to there. And they should be on the right layer, which is a hatch 1 for this side, because that's the closest thing to us. Now let's infill. Pick a point. I picked extra islands that I don't like. Comes to bite you in the end, so let's turn that off. Say okay. Why did I not have that on? I don't know why. Just matched properties, set origin. Down here, that lines. Or did I line it there? I don't remember now. Oh, line it at the bottom. Good to go. Those line that look like that, that's pretty close. So now I need this guy drawn the other way. This is that one. Right there. Those go out to there. So I copied this. So let me explode this. Did I just explode that? Whoops, wrong one. Explode. So now it's no longer a block. I don't need this anymore because I'm not trying to hide anything. So this can come over. That's still the same. Whoops, better grab it from the corner. Then we said that is the same 8 by 8, right? That's that guy. This way. And we got this little line here. Something like that. Okay, so for this one, what do I want to do? That's a little closer. Let's do these green. Let's do those red. Just to give it a little differentiation. And then these guys, does this have, yeah, it's got the same little tail. Okay, so that is likely this. Except up there. Look at that, lines up perfectly. Like it was meant to be. Let's cut this off right there. That probably has a ledger board or something, good to go. Let's make this a little lighter, otherwise it's going to look really bad. Okay, so that's that. Does that look like that? Pretty darn good to me. That might be a little too big. We're going with it for right now. So then this is just byproduct. So I got a front and a back. And so I know now, if this is my one side, that's the other side. So I know from grid line 1, oh, I forgot the grid lines. To grid line 1, center line of that is right there. And then what grid line is this? Grid line A to grid line A. Center point of those is right there. So the reason those are fun and important to have is I can just mirror this and it'll be mirrored the other way. What was I going to, oh, the grid lines. Let's do the grid lines. This might be too big. So here we got grid line 1. Two. Could go grab these off the plans if you really had a ton of them, but I don't, so let's move these down. How much do I need to crowd this? I don't even know. This is super tiny, so these are probably going to fit on the sheet quite easily. How big are these? Are these at 48? They are. They seem fine. I guess we're building such a tiny little home, these normally don't look so big in comparison to the layout. Okay. Oh, yeah, I got to do these now. Okay, so this is C. Whoops, capital C that needs to be. Always got to do capitals. That's B. Make everything look the same. I know in this particular font the lowercase are capitals anyway, but gotta make it, you can tell the difference. This fills the circle better. It was meant to be a capital. So now, back to these little things up here. So if I take this guy, get a whole thing, and mirror him on this point, that's going to be the other side, and this guy, mirror on that point, that's going to be the other side. Except, I just need to update now with what is on this side. So I've got those corners, which will be the same. I'm going to have a window here with 4 windows in it. This is a clear story too, as I recall. I'm going to have that thing, whatever this fence thing is. I think we said those were 4x4s. And that is the corner. Okay. So if you notice, even my grid lines mirrored. So we got CBA, so that mirrored, which is kind of nice. And then this was my group, so I know I can get rid of that. That's going to stay the same. My cupola is the same. My roof is the same. There's no door anymore. And that hatch is going to be different, so let's just get rid of it. So that guy's done. What is over here? So that's the same. This thing technically is going to move over to here, right? Because that's that corner. And then these are... I don't have any reference for this, right? So we're just kind of making this up. So if I got and changed... Oh, did I change those doors? Oh, I didn't do that. Maybe I should make that smaller. Shoot. Let me... These are going to go away. That goes away. That goes away, right? Which side did I draw? That's that one. So, oh, that's going to have the shower. Yeah, so I don't know what those are. It's going to be different, though. Yeah, so let's redo this part. These I wanted to raise up a foot so that they all match. Whoa, that's not a foot. That's better. And these should all go to the center, right there. Okay, so then this can be smaller. What did I draw that? 30 by 30? Let's maybe do 24 by 24 maybe? It's not too bad. Maybe right there. Still the 3.5 inch offset. Okay, let's try and hatch this guy again. Still got that same island problem. Put that down there. What do we got in here? Hatch that. That'd be the same. Let's move it up a little. That's better. I like the offset too. It kind of makes it more distinctive. So that looks better. 8-foot doors. We got 8-foot doors everywhere, so that's good. Okay. Where was I? Back over to here. So if I got 8-foot doors, I'm probably going to copy that around, right? So, oh shoot. Man, oh man. I am really screwing up today. I forgot to do a jam. Nope. Why won't that show? Let's move this to the back. That to the back. Send to back. There we go. This should be 0.75 offset, like that. This should go down. And these guys should go up. Or in, oh, in. Okay. Now I can copy this over to here. Keep your drawings tight, people. That looks better. Did I do this door? Yeah, I did do that door, right? I had that incorrect. Okay. So what am I doing over here again? Oops, this one. Got a window. So our window is going to be at 8 feet, I presume. Same head height as our doors. And we got 4 windows. So how big are these? Let's make them square. So 24 by 24. And I usually offset 1 inch for windows for a jamb. And then a sash is 2 inches. Whoops. So these are going to be on the 3rd layer. And I make those the 4th for hierarchy. And do these have, what do these have in here? Anything? We don't know. So we got muntins in here. I think I want to do muntins in here. Yeah, that'll look good. So if that's 4, we got a 5 here. So then we got 3 layers of hierarchy. And then I just mull these windows together. So we now have a 4-pack. And then let's use the same trim package, which is a 2x6 on top and a 2x4 on the sides. Come on. It goes there. How far down will this go? Will I do another one on the bottom? Let's get rid of these. Do I do that on the bottom, you think? Yeah, why not? Copy this guy over here. And these go 1 inch past. There you go. So those are 8. Gosh, that feels really tall. How big is a person here? What do we got for a person? How about you? A woman. I don't know if I need 8-foot screens. How about if I do 7-foot screens? Whoops. There we go. I like that better. So these are going to be 4x4 columns. So these should be probably, I'm going to do them lighter. And then offset what? Maybe another 6. That's too far. Maybe 3. Yeah, I like that. Let's go down to the bottom for privacy. And then what? Do I have, oh gosh, I don't have anything drawn, so we're just making this up. Why don't we do another offset, and then just do infill panel. What are we doing? Let's do vertical. So if this guy, like that, these are going to be vertical boards. Turn this back to lines. Make those 90. Oops. And some 4-inch boards. Nope. I like that. Yeah, so there'll be a shower in there. And she can stand in there, and it'll look great. So then in the distance, what do we got? So that's behind there, but then that one's over there. So this is just that. So that's going to be even lighter. That guy. And then, okay, so that's still my trim. I like just to have that above anyway. That's behind there. What is this? Are we just doing the siding? Is that what we're doing? I guess so. Okay. That's all that's on here, right? Where's my floor plan? Just got that. Yeah, I guess so. That's some sort of bench. I'm going to call that furniture for right now. We'll probably have some hooks or something like a little cubby, but maybe we'll draw that later. So right now, let's just hatch this guy. And let's get rid of him for a minute so I can hatch everything. Oh, I hate the island detection. You could do this and the hatch would come out just fine, but I know from experience that if you get rid of these, it works out much better. Oops, I forgot one. There we go. So this, we're back to 0. We're back to, what do we do, 6 inch? So that's back to 48. Say okay. That we're putting on the elevation hatch layer with the origin of the bottom. So that's elevation hatch 1. This should be 2. When I do something this small, I usually move it back a couple. Make those align. Move those back a couple. So that is inset. Looks pretty good. Anything else here? Where's my plan? I don't think so right now. So, but by mirroring that, this goes much faster. So if that is up there, I'm guessing, where's my plate? How are we doing that? Oh, you know what? We're probably going to have, the truss is probably going to overhang, right? Let me turn my layouts back on. So that's probably got a flat in it. So over that shower, it might actually go something like that and go back up. So let's do that from this plate. I bet that is going to happen. Like a cantilever. Was that what that is? Is that right? Why is it not snapping? Yeah, that is what it is. Okay. Well, it's close enough that we're just gonna leave it drawn like that then. Okay, so this guy, what do we got over here? Oh, the other side. Oh, this is the other side. That's what I was about to do. Okay. I will need to do that on here, I think. So again, I'm just dropping my lines down of important things. So we'll get that. We'll have this. We'll have this. We got a new window, and we got that. Oh, and we got, I'd already drew those, so that's already drawn. Perfect. Okay, so this is a break in the wall, so that's going to be on elevation 2. Whoops, 2. Because that's going to be my fatter side, and that, of course, falls right there, so that's kind of nice. So that guy's done. And this, what is this? This is the shower partition. That's going to be this guy. Actually, let me move this back. There we go. So that my line shows through. It'll print that way anyway, but I just want to make doubly clear of it. That's this guy. Okay, and that's a little too long. So there we go. Does that affect where I want to center? Of course it does. Oh, just a little bit off. I'll go over 3. Oops. What did I go over? 2. There we go. So that means those guys are done. And then what is this? Well, that's the door, so that's just a single. Those guys are done. Oh yeah, same thing here. So I did that color for this one. And then this was this color. And then that was that. So this needs a 3.5 inch offset, which is this color. Clean that up. So, okay, that needs a window. What about this? So this had that roof, right? So this is going to be something like, oh, that's right. Snap to this guy. That's going to be, oh, let's do that. I like that better. Let's do this. Let's do that. Turn the corner. And this I can do the same. 3.5 trim. Perfect. Now let's just trim it like that. Why not? So then my window, how tall is our window going to be? So if I've got 8 feet seems really tall. Let's do 7. Is that what I did here? Yeah, let's do, man. I guess, let's draw it in. So a fast, quick way to do it would be to grab one of these, grab some of those. So that's at 8 feet. Mirror this. We know this is a 1 inch offset. Snap to there. So if that's at 8, and we're at toilet, I don't want this much below 3, right? So 36, where does that put us? That gives us a 5-foot window. That doesn't seem so terrible. Let's try it. That looks fine. But I want to do that by 4. Yeah, I like that. Get rid of my ticks. I think that looks good. Yeah, I like it. Let's hatch 1. Yeah, let's do it. So hatching in these walls. Take out my islands. Hatch in these walls. Again, let's see, let's move this guy up and that guy up. Bring to front. Oh, let's do this. Break that there. And that can actually be red, because that's further back. Did I do that over here? I didn't. I should. Because in plan, that line, that's closer to us, that's further back. So, yeah, I'm just doing that because it's a hierarchical thing. Okay, so are these right? These aren't right. Okay, so this and that. Okay, looking good. So that is, let me just double check here. Essentially it. So I got that, I got that. I got this and that. Obviously we'll add some notes and whatnot, but got a good start. this. I don't need these anymore. Go to my XREFs. Let's get rid of those. That I can detach. Close. So now let's get back to titling. This guy somewhere down here. Maybe we'll draw a foundation at some point. See how much room we have to lay out. I don't like to line that up. Why not? So I did, maybe from the last time I did correct this. So this is the north. This is the correct north. I did go and check on the site. So we are calling this then, we'll call this west elevation, right? That's what I would call this. And that's at quarter. This guy is the south elevation. And this, can align there. So since we've already aligned those, again, I can pick this up. That's going to be there. This guy's going to be here. Goes front to back. Things mirror. But that makes this east. Whoops. And that makes this north. So the numbers we will adjust when we get it on the sheet. So these XREFs I can also turn off. Just freeze them. We can always use them later. These I usually will put on, but damn, they're on def points. That's fine. So at any point, or you know, one of the things I guess I do typically is I just draw a fat line and take the rest off. Change the global width to like 3. Whoops. Whoops. Jeez. 3. And I just know that that is my centers. Keep that off. So one of the things I gotta do is break this up, right? How big do I want to make it? Something like that. Keep a little line there. So I'm just picking some arbitrary number to break these off at. Those will all be the same. This one I'll copy over something like that. So now, just to break this line, I can select all these guys. Break it there, break it there. Get rid of all these. Now each one has a little one. This is floor lines. Should be able to copy this to every one. That's fine. So now, again, we're going to lay this out on our sheet. We've got this sheet. I know that, let's bring the sheet in first. Bring my XREF panel up. Bring in a drawing. We already laid this out for the plan, so all I got to do is bring the same sheet in. and put it as an overlay on 0, 0. And it'll pop right into place. If you remember, the colors should be the same as these, which means it's on the sheet titles, except this is going to be elevations. And elevations are 4.1. If you don't know that, I think, do I have that open right now? Here, so this is, I'm on the drawing folders in the AutoCAD folder for our reference. We've got a sheet index template. This is from another job, but you kind of get the drift. So the 1s are sort of general, the 2s are site, we got some civil drawings, maybe shoring drawings. Architectural, so plans are 3.1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Reflected ceiling plans are after those, so like whatever this last one is for the roof plan, that's the next one for the ceiling, reflected ceiling plans. And elevations are the 4-point whatevers. Building sections are the 5 points. Wall sections can be also 5 after the building sections. Schedules are A6. Interior elevations are A7. Details are A8. Specialty details are A9. And then we usually run structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, blah, 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 blah. So if you ever need to know, you can kind of check that. That's in the AutoCAD folder if you forget. So A41 elevations, we're going to bring these in a quarter. That will add another progress. I'm just double clicking into this to get into the file. So we're going to do progress, today's date. Today is 5/7. I'm going to close that reference and save changes. And then let's bring in our XREFs, or bring in our, viewports. Usually like to do the front one, nice front and center. Let's see what quarter scale looks like. Pretty tiny. Something like that. These will easily all fit on the sheet. Center this on the sheet. That means that's east. I guess I could do it. I like that main elevation. So this one's going to be west. So I'm just sliding over. Where's west? Right there. You could do north, south, east, west, but whoops. Leave south over there. Come on, click out. And then north. Somewhere here. So let's make sure that these guys line up, which they do. Make sure that these guys line up, which they do not. And then finally, let's get rid of that. Are these all on def points? They are. So now now this is the final numbering, right? So if that's 1, let's do this 2. I just click into paper space without moving anything. That's 2. Click back out. Click back in. That's 3. Click back out. And of course you could freeze these and you can do whatever you want, but this just seems easier and faster for me. do a print preview. Oh, it didn't have, oh my gosh, I gotta reconcile those layers. I keep forgetting. There is, I want to reconcile these. So unreconciled layers are all of these. Let's reconcile those. Close that. If you don't reconcile those, then every time you try to print, it's going to tell you that, which is annoying. I need to set this up as well. I usually just do the general documentation, 36 by 24, and a landscape, and a window, which is windowed right there. Center the plot, 1 to 1. 750. Use mine right now. Apply, preview. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That guy looks good. Okay, so for right now, we're pretty solid. So some things I guess I tend to like to tidy up, is I hate it when these boxes are over there. They don't see them, but it's just sort of a cleanliness thing. Fits within the box. Let's print. Actually, let's print multiples here. So I didn't change the plans, but I should have updated them. So let's save this. And with that, I'm going to do a publish command. I'm going to publish. So right now we're publishing those. Let's add in the plans. Desktop. Drawings. Plans. Those come in. Those are, oh shoot, let me cancel. No. This was A4, so I should have named this A4.1. The reason that is because when you do a publish command like I was just about to do, it brings those sheet names in. Let's save that again. Back up under publish. Add in the plans. So I got 4. I want to move this up. So 3.1 and 4.1, and we're starting to build the set. So publish. And this goes back in the job folder under drawings and plots, and we'll say SLH progress. And today's date, 5/7/2024. So always the job name, what it is, date. No, you could save the list of sheets if you wanted to. So if you had a bunch of plots in it, sheets in it. So right now in the background, that is plotting, and because there's only 2 sheets, it is done. So now if I go back into that folder, this folder, my plots folder, should have my progress. And so I've got our 3.1, which is our plans. We've got our 4.1, which is our elevations. So we have both of these laid out now. The next thing we'll do is probably go back to the plans and finish out, because I probably need a roof plan. Maybe I'll add a foundation plan just to add a few more things in there. See if there's anything else I changed. Well, I certainly can start adding some notes. Like now I know what size that window is and what size those doors are, so I could call those out, add the door tags, window tags, all that kind of thing. And then copy them over to here as well. So I think the hatches look pretty good. Everything seems fine. So that is elevations. So join me for the next one, and we'll keep going.